going on, y'all? This Sam, yeah. I'm just gonna make this quick. Just gonna go straight into business. Just wanna say this isn't a crazy hook. This isn't us going over some fancy system or a shiny object that I saw. This is the exact system that me and hundreds of other agencies use to book 5 to 10 meetings every single day. Right now, this is gonna come with. I'm gonna show you everything from the structure to the exact message that we're gonna send out to like the back end and the logic behind it so you can do this and implement it for yourself, right? And now with all of this, it's gonna make sure that you get the help that you need in terms of actually finding a system that gets you booked meetings like every single month without you wondering like, oh, does this work? Is this actually something that I can use? And yes, I'm gonna show you real life examples. But there's still gonna be people who won't use this, but for those of y'all who do find some value, stay behind. Alright. So again, how I book 5 to 10 meetings using SMS outreach. Now I want you guys to focus on just the idea and the concept behind it so you can actually implement this, right? And some of y'all may be wondering like, who's this? Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm Sam. I run my own lead leveraging agency, which focuses on getting marketing agencies book meetings and clients consistently and scaling them towards whatever they want to be, whether that be 10, 20, 30, or 50K every single month. All right, so let's jump into this. All right, so a lot of y'all might be wondering about SMS outreach, and there's a few reasons for using SMS outreach specifically, but SMS outreach is boring. Like, that's just the plain fact. SMS outreach is boring. There's nothing cool, sexy. It's not like Instagram DMs where people are seeing your profile. You can scroll through like a bunch of people's profiles, anything like that. It's not like making content or running ads. You're seeing cool matrix. This is boring. There's no real matrix that you can see. Besides you obviously just tracking it, but it's boring. But that's exactly why it works, right? Sorry, my throat is sore as hell. So this works because it's direct. When you're sending SMSs, any messages of any sort, right? There's a barrier to entry for most things. Instagram DMs, you're gonna get in the request tab a lot of times as you start sending more. Facebook Messenger, Meta Messenger, emails. There's a barrier to entry. You need to spend a lot. Most of the time, people don't even see it because you end up in spam or something like that, right? And cold calling, obviously, you be calling people and you get like a middleman or a receptionist, right? Whereas messages, that it's so direct. You're guaranteed 9 out of 10. Obviously, sometimes like it's iffy. 9 out of 10, you're speaking to the owner, right? So that's exactly one of the first reasons why it works. And people are always reading that text. Every single time you get a text about like your postal delivery or a notification or for you to like get verified this email or something like that or your phone number, you're gonna read the text. When a text pops up, is the first thing that pops on your phone. It's not like an Instagram thing knowing that it's business or anything like that, right? And agencies, they overcomplicate this, right? And this is like a key point. The main thing, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible so that literally anyone, if you've never done any outreach whatsoever, and you're trying to like dip your toes into it, I made this so simple where you can follow this step by step, this exact structure, and you won't get lost along the way, right? So moving on from that, right? Why most systems fail, right? And I'll tell you the biggest reason why most systems fail. So I've just had to get a pen. Is first of all blasting generic messages, no targeting, no follow-ups, and shit, and trying to sell in the first text, well as no qualifying process. Now I'm gonna break this down each of these, right? When you're blasting generic messages, everyone has seen this before. Whether that be you're having yeah, how businesses like this and that. Can I do marketing for you? It is not so much of you actually presenting yourself because listen, the same way our market is saturated isn't it's not that doesn't mean that you can't get any clients from outreaching. That just means that you must come with something different, right? And as soon as you come with something a little bit different from everyone else, like it's gonna click instantly, and you're gonna see so many positive responses coming in. Just responses in general, because most times people, if they have a negative response, they won't even answer. But yeah, you're gonna see so many positive responses coming in constantly, right? Sorry, oh my gosh. Second off, is no targeting. I think this is probably the worst thing when it comes to outreaching. Is because if you're not targeting, that means you don't know, you have no idea who your ICP is. Ideal client profile, ideal customer profile. But in this case, if you're agency, ideal client profile, right? You have no idea who your ICP is, meaning that you don't know. And we're gonna go over ICP in a bit, but meaning that you don't understand who you want to be your ideal client. Who do you want to work with? What is the revenue? Where do they live? Like you're gonna want to go deep into the psychology. That's the best way for you to actually like understand how to sell to them. That's how it is. If you don't know how to sell to them and you're reaching out to 100 different businesses, of course there are agencies and you can go into that space where you work with e-commerce. I work with guys who work with e-commerce, who work with power washing companies, who work with financial businesses, but they don't start off like that. They work like step by step. They build onto it just because they have experience with that. That's when they can start doing that. It's less of you giving them resources, more of you being able to target their needs, to speak their language, and that's so important, right? No follow-ups. I would say this is so big because I'm thinking of it as you being a business owner yourself. Someone sends you a message and you've been in the game for a bit of time, even if you're still new. This might not make sense, but you're a business owner. Someone sends you a message on Instagram. They're like, oh, this and that. You're like, I'll look at it later. Obviously you forget, or let's say you're like, this guy seriously messaged me again. They never message again. You think in your mind of minds, you're like, okay, this guy isn't serious. He messaged me one time about getting me more clients. If you can't even follow up to make sure that I saw the message, or if I'm interested at all, then why would I even hire this person? You get what I'm saying? So the follow up is just like people could be testing you. Also, people are business owners that are really busy. Of course, for you, this might be the most important thing, but for them, it's just another person trying to sell them something. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it will not at the front of their mind to like answer this message. And trying to sell in the first take. So many people, they'll give like discounts. So we have a discount, or we're helping X amount of people. All of these like salesy things, and we get it. Every single person knows like, and I'm a firm believer. I don't like to waste time when it comes to like outreach and anything like that. Almost every single one of the clients that I've gotten before, from the first day, they from the first day me contacting them to getting on the phone call and getting on a sales call and pitching them, that's all in one day. And like I make that close. I'm a firm believer of not wasting any time with messaging people, but just because I don't want to waste my time, you don't want to waste your time. We both know that I want to sell you something, right? But coming out immediately with like sales things, having any numbers, anything involved in that, like you can smell the desperation behind that, right? So leave all of that, right? So right now we're just rewiring what you may think is a good tactic, so that you can start off like on a clean slate when I am explaining this to you, because it works so well if you don't take the knowledge that you feel like you do have into this, because this is different from anything else, different from emails, Instagram DMs, because you're starting off on a clean slate when you are missing someone. The message comes in brand new, like Instagram DM, where they see your profile, they see, oh, this guy is from this country, looks like this, that is clean. They don't know who you are at all. That your message literally says everything about you, and your message has to be 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. I must say everything about you to trust you or not. That's it. And that should be easy to convert, as long as you know who you're talking to, right? And this is going on after you send out the initial message and they get the interest. Is no qualifying process, right? This is so big when you actually do start getting like a lot of sales calls under your belt, right? When you start getting a lot of sales calls, you don't want to talk to people who have no money. You don't want to talk to people who actually have never had any clients, right? But you do want to talk to people who have like, I don't know, let's say they have a 10K a month budget for ads. Those are the type of people you want to talk to. You do want to talk to people who already have tried ads. Let's say you want to work with someone who's already tried ads before, or they already have a system besides referrals or something like that. These are, I'm just spitballing here, but these are like things that you're going to keep in mind, right? Okay. So now, the most important thing, that SMS isn't the problem, it's your execution. If you've ever tried SMS before and you feel like, I've tried this before, you clicked on this video like, I've tried this before, I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. it doesn't work at all. It's not. I'm telling you, even with cold calls, with emails, with Instagram DMs, LinkedIn DMs, with referrals, with meta ads, with everything, everything works without a doubt. I'm gonna tell you, everything works. It's just about how you do it and about what stage you are right now. You know, if you're starting off and you're obviously starting a business to make money, I mean, you're not in the position to pump money into like running ads. It's great, of course, like ads work. That's why people spend millions on ads, almost every single day. Ads work, but it's about your position right now, which is why like SMS is good. Even if you are already in like a set position you've worked with a fair bit of people, right? Now, this is the lead leveraging overview. This is the SMS system that I've made, which I try to break down as clear as possible for you guys. For every single step is going to be made super easy, so you know exactly every single step to go to. So if you have certain things that you're struggling with, you can attack the bottleneck directly instead of having to wonder, go back and forth, and see where exactly you're stuck, right? So first step is the lead list, right? Your lead list first, but most important step, because if your lead list is wrong, that means you're sending messages to the wrong people. That means it's not gonna, you're not complying with whatever it is. That's just gonna kill the health of your brand, not only your brand but your number that you're gonna get when you start sending messages. That kills everything, because why? You're sending messages to people who don't even like. Hey, let's say you want to work with roofers, right? And you in your messages say, hey, I work with whatever roofers. And maybe you might get 10 people out of maybe 1,000 people that you do contact who are like, oh, okay, well, I don't have a roof, but I have another roofing company. But right now I have a cleaning company. You see, it doesn't make sense. You're marketing to the wrong people. People want to be like, oh, this guy doesn't even know what I'm sending to. Like, why would I even hire this guy to work with me? He messed up this simple thing, you know? Having a good lead list is so important, right? And we'll break down exactly what the components within a lead list, right? Your initial messages. Your initial message is like the first message that you're going to send, the first thing people are going to see, the first thing that says everything about you and your business. First impression, everything, and you can't redo first impressions, right? That's number two. Number three is reply handling. Now, there's a specific way that you do handle replies, which I'm gonna go over, which I think separates like the dog from the lions. You know, if I may say, it separates the dog from the lions. Really puts you in a position where you start to convert and you start to get appointments booked. I feel like this alone is like the key factor. If everything from this video you've done SMS before, let's say, and the only thing that you want to take away is this, it's gonna increase your booking rate by a great deal if you just take away this, if you already have SMS implemented, right? Or basically anything, you know. Number four is code and manual semi, right? I say this because depending on the way you do certain things, it can be automatic, can be manual if you want to have setters or not, you know. But again, it doesn't really matter. Just calling is so important, right? Follow up, number five. Follow up SMSs. The money isn't in follow. I'm sure you've heard of this all the time, but I'm gonna break down exactly what that means, right, and explain everything to you, so like you get a clear idea. Because obviously, not everyone was born with the skill of sales, and not everyone understands everything that people say. So I'm gonna be as clear and concise as possible, right? And then number six, where the money is at. I'm gonna put the dollar signs there. Bookings made, right? So this is the overview of exactly how it's gonna look, right? So you have um, clean lead list, initial SMS, reply handling, manual SMS, follow up, and book meeting. That's what it is. I want you to stay that in your mind as we go through this whole board. We're going to be going back to this and referring to it, and you're going to see exactly what steps we're at. But the main thing is a three-step process, right? It's a three-step process. Just keep that in mind, right? So each step has one job. That's why it works, because it's simplified. This is so simple. I know right now, if this is your first time ever hearing something like this, it may seem out the window, but I'm telling you, compared to you writing ads and having to get someone to film it, an editor to post, check that, flip it, change it, test multiple ad creatives, this is simple. This is super simple. You can literally copy and paste everything I'm putting down here. It's super simple. Just stay with me, okay? Right. Your core value section, right? This is a three-step process. As I said, three-step process, right? Step one is your lead list. Most important, as I said before, is the most important, right? If this list is trash, nothing else will work. This is the base of everything that you're going to be doing. Just keep that in mind. As long as you keep that in mind that this is the base, it's important, but don't spend too much time on it. This shouldn't take you like that long in terms of like the whole process. Because remember, you're going to be doing this for how long it takes for you to see the results. It shouldn't be that long. I'll give you a time frame though, right? This is niche specific, right? When you're doing lead list, this is exactly how you find your ICP. This is okay. Hold on. This is exactly how you're gonna find your ICP, right? With your ICP, you want to make sure that you click all of this. Literally, go to ChatGPT and like write down all the answers. Write down all the answers for each of these right now, right? So niche specific, which meaning what niche is your ideal client in right now? You know, meaning what type of business are they? Are they roofing, detailing, financial services? Are they a construction company? Are they home improvement? Are they bottom improvement? You know, this is step by step so that you don't niche down too hard, because a lot of people do that. They want to work with cleaning companies making 5 to 10K who are located in a certain state. Let's say New York City, in the Bronx. You know, I mean that's pretty specific. Niche down a bit too much. It's gonna be hard for you to sell anything, right? But this is gonna make it super easy for you to know your exact ICP and know how to go from there. And this can change, obviously. There's few things that you're gonna change again as soon as you grow as an agency, right? But niche specific, so roofers, contractors, as I said, right? Correct geography, meaning that where are they? This can be the state. Oh, hold on, the country. Um, you can even go town. Oh, well, cities before town, city. I mix these up a bit, but anyways, you know, that's the type of geography you're going to be focused on. So going on with that, roofers I'm in Australia. In Australia, Victoria, and City Melbourne, we say that that's a big coverage, you know. And when you're getting them from Google Maps or wherever you get them from, you do one by one. So instead of you just saying um roofers in Melbourne, that's it. If you're going on Google Maps directly, roofers roofers in Melbourne and specific city, so you can get more results. That makes it so much easier for you instead of going back and forth, right? Business owners only. This just means getting mobile numbers, which is number. In Australia is numbers with a 04. I know in America it's 01. You know, but any numbers that aren't like toll free numbers, +1 3 da da da. You know, it if the number looks like your phone number in your state, then that's good. That's what you want to keep in mind. If it is 0 0 4 3 0 1 2 0 7 3, numbers like that, keep that in mind. But if it's 01 or something different that looks like a business number, don't focus on that because you won't be able to send messages. And it's going to be costly at the end of the day, right? And verified numbers, these are again just numbers that are actually working right now, right? So I'm gonna show you live sub accounts of exactly how that's gonna look when we look at like your leads and what they should have, right? So this is a live account. I'll probably block off the name there, but this is a live account. But I'm literally just showing uh what is this? I'm literally just showing the name, the phone number. You can see the type of phone number we have. Obviously, some of them are just not valid. This is exactly what a toll free number is gonna look like for you. It has 130 da, da, da. See, that's a toll free number. All of these are mobile numbers, so only get mobile numbers, right? All these already contacted, so that's why the SMS is there. That's like based off the tracking, but and then you tag it. This is on Go Out level, but if you're using anything else, I wouldn't. Go Out level is pretty good. It's not that costly either. With the tags, just having that niche there, there should be automations that make it easier for you to like message directly. When you send a message, you have that niche put in. I'm not sure, I haven't used any of them, but it should be like that, right? I click on this. Hopefully, I can see the card. Okay, I can't see the card or whatever. We're gonna have that. So with this, we normally get about like 10,000 leads in one go, right? So you're seeing this is 7,697. The rest of them have already been contacted, right? I'll put this in like 100 so you can actually see this. This is exactly how all of them are gonna look. You see the name of the business, the number, and you're gonna have I think also also include a website, right? I'm not sure. I actually have no idea. I'm gonna add this. Anyways, that's not important. So you wanna include a name for the business, obviously, the phone number. The website is important because when you're sometimes you book an appointment, you talk to someone who's really busy, then they're like, yeah, just check out my website, and you're saying, oh, I don't have a website, and they just in the call. Have the website at hand so it's easier for you when you are booking appointments. Have that at hand. But most of the time, you're scraping leads. If they don't have a website in the first place, working with them as a multi agency wouldn't make any sense at all. So, you know, if they don't have a website, just manage them from the list in general, right? But either way, make sure the website is included, phone number, the location, which is the state or country, that's included, and also the date that you got it from, so you can track when everything, because it's important. It's when you're doing it, won't seem important, but when you go back and you check, okay, at this date I had the most amount of replies. Why is that? You check your lead list, like, okay, I had this lead list. What is good about this lead list? It was specific to this state. Okay, let me go back and check this state for other niches. That's how it's gonna look, right? Okay, so SMS is permission based attention. That's another reason why this is going to be so well, right? And the wrong list can make you land up, well, there's no real spam in this, isn't it? But it will be like seen as spam, and then your number could get flagged just based on the fact that it's seen as spam, right? So you're just killing your the number. How the numbers aren't expensive either. I think maybe the $6 or something. But still, you don't want to be buying a bunch of numbers underneath your own business's name. That is gonna raise like a lot of objections, and then it's gonna be really hard for you to get more numbers down the line when you wanna increase the volume of the system, right? And then the right list equals to conversions. On your first day of sending messages, you should see responses. Whether that be positive or negative, you should see responses. Once you see responses, okay, that's a good thing. There you should have positive ones, but some will be positive, some will be negative, just depending on the copy. They can change it from there. But if you're not seeing any response at all, that just means people look at your message like, oh, this guy's not serious. I'm not his target market. If you see too many of those, you're doing something wrong. I thought it dries out, yo. Sorry. Right. So now we're going into step 2, your first messages. This is a quick tip. So you want to keep all of this in mind when you're sending messages, right? No pitch. Don't tell them. You can say I help experience with this, that. That's fine, but don't pitch it like, oh, don't give your price out. Don't be like, yeah, we'll help them with, and we do $300 every single what. Because when you do that, automatically that counting the numbers in their heads, they're thinking, oh, okay, they start budgeting already. Once you give someone a price, they start budgeting already in their minds. I've had that happen to me beforehand as well. Someone tells me the price before I even get on the call. Okay, I'm budgeting, even though I may have the money right there and then. But if I was on a call, I'll guarantee I'll just give that guy my money. That's just how it is, But beforehand, I'm budgeting. I'm like, okay, I don't have the money as of now, for this specific thing, right? Be direct. Be direct is like the same as no bait and switch, which is you send a message and you say, we're looking for. I know a lot of people do this. Hey, we're looking for a detailer that can help us, who's able to do 10 to 12 jobs in the next 2 weeks. Will you be? Is that you? Like, would you be interested in that? And they'll be like, yes. So you see so many positive responses when you actually do call them. They're like, oh no, I'm not interested, because now they realize that it's a pitch. It's a pitch. You're trying to get clients. This is bait and switch. They thought you were actually a paying customer, not someone who's telling them, get you jobs, and then you tell them afterwards you must pay to get those jobs. Because either way, the people gonna get who actually say that they're just not looking for it. You want to work with people who are interested in you. You want to save time, because the whole point of this is to save time and money. You don't want to be on your phone 24/7 sending Instagram DMs, da. It's to save time, right? Why? Right now, why does this work? Why does Why is it so important to have your message, have your first message be like this? Because we want to break this down psychologically. Psychologically, hopefully I said that right. We want to break this down psychologically, right? If you receive an SMS on your phone and it's really short, it's really sweet, it looks like something your mom would write you. Um, hey, it's Samuel, or just some random person, look, and it looks like, oh, you guys already spoke before. Hey, Samuel, just wondering, hey, Samuel, just been helping a couple of roofers to get more jobs, using a bit of like AI meta. Curious if you're interested in this. I'll send over a quick video if not completely fine. Short and sweet. You'd read that, because that's exactly how you're gonna read the message. You wouldn't because that's just a normal message from. It seems like a normal guy. Because that's what you want to give off. Obviously, you're automating this. That you send out like 100 messages every single day. You don't even know people's names, but you want it to seem like you're a normal person. Because I'll tell you, 9 out of 10, whenever you call these people, they'll be like, "Oh, are you from another country? What country are you from?" Or yeah, like you're a bot. They won't even respond. Because no one wants to speak to a bot. You don't want to speak to an Instagram bot. You don't want to speak to a bot online. No one wants to speak to that. They want to speak to a real person. And if you can convey yourself to a real person, you're doing what? You're building trust. That's the whole thing. You're building trust. That's the whole thing with outreach in general. You want to build trust because trust is where trust follows money. So if you can build trust and they can be okay, this guy's a genuine person. What are results for? Results are to show trust, to show that you're a real person. You're a real person. You're a real business. You've done this before. Testimonials are trust. This whole thing is trust. From the first message, you must be building trust because before people even know you, people's trust levels are different depending on the experiences with in specific things. So with your first message, you're building trust, showing okay, I'm a normal person. Yeah, this is my name, my company. I'm actually I'm this is what I do for work. You know, they can kind of smell that you are selling something. When someone is sending you, say I'll send you a video to explain this, right? You can kind of smell that selling some. Obviously, some people are bit thick-headed; they won't really get that. But 9 out of 10, they know okay, you're selling something, but they want to see what you got. That video is free value. It's just showing it like what it has. If someone watches the video and they feel like this wouldn't work for me at all, you know, you can address that objection. But at first you're building trust. That's exactly why it works. Keep that in mind throughout this whole process. From the first message, you're building trust, which makes it so much easier when you actually do get on the call. Because that's what a warm lead is. A warm lead is a lead that trusts you more than a cold lead. Because a cold lead is someone who doesn't trust you, doesn't know your name. Just because someone doesn't know your name doesn't mean they don't trust you. But if they know your content, they know your results, they know this, and that's a warm lead, right? So, at least we are making our own warm leads here. That's how it's done, without any content, without paying anyone, right? We're making our own warm leads here, right? This is the main script. Right? I'm gonna break this down for you. This is the main script. I'm telling you guys, copy and paste this. I'm telling you, copy and paste it because I've done this. Copy and paste this exact thing. Obviously, don't use Sam. Use your own name. But just copy and paste everything. It'll be so much easier for you. Hey, mate. Samuel. Obviously, I live in Australia. They be spamming the word mate, but that's just how Australians are. Okay. Hey, mate. Samuel. Just so you're on Google Maps. Google. This is so important. I think I tested maybe 8 variations across 5 agencies. The most working, the one that worked the most was say I saw in Google Maps because I get my lead from Google Maps. Obviously, I don't do it myself, but I get my lead from Google Maps. Every single person that I get, I know for a fact on Google Maps because that's where I got the lead from. So if you just say Google Maps, personalized, that means okay, well this guy actually took the time to get to know my business. Personalization is so key. People always talk about this, but we're gonna say to what extent, right? I'm gonna show you exactly how far you actually have to go. I just saw your Google Maps, nice reviews. That's good, stroking the ego. These are business owners, they love the ego to be stroked, right? Was curious if you ever tried meta ads with AI. This is the unique mechanism, right? And you need one. Don't copy this. Sometimes it won't work for you if you actually don't use AI, or you like if that's not a system, don't include it because some people will be thrown off by it. Some people like AI doesn't work. Some people are so skeptical about it. So if it's not a part of the system, don't use it. Go on ChatGPT. Just ask, have like a 1 minute talk with ChatGPT. Say, hey, this is what my agency does. This is what's unique about it. Give me a unique mechanism in two to three words so I can put into this. That's literally what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, having a message like this, even if you want to put it on LinkedIn, people will just respond just out of pure curiosity, right? Curiosity doesn't equal confusion. It means okay, I'm interested. Curiosity equals interest, right? That just means that okay, they've never heard of this before. They don't have a connotation behind it. Because once you tell them Facebook ads, connotation, you have a connotation behind. I have a connotation behind Facebook ads. You know, Facebook ads. I'm scrolling through Facebook. I see a random roofing company that I don't, bro. I don't own a house. You know, what I focus on roofing company. You see what I'm saying? I already have a connotation behind it. I don't even run ads. You see what I'm saying? That's the connotation you get. Now, someone who's already run ads before, they've had marketing agencies before, then that okay, I have a bad connotation because this marketing agency did horrible with Facebook ads. Immediately, that shut off the walls are up. Boom, minus one. Okay, but now when you have a unique mechanism, you start to okay, well, this is something I've never heard of. I've never tried this before. Even when they see it, I'm like, well, okay, well, it's really just Facebook ads, but you already got them through the door. They're like, well, it's different. It's different. It's different. I haven't tried it this way. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of mindset you're going to be shifting them towards. You know, because we're thinking in the right now. We're thinking in the minds of our ideal clients, right? Okay, to bring in more jobs. I made a quick video with a few ideas. Can I send it over here? That's your barrier. That is your barrier right there. You're not trying to sell anything. You're not trying to sell anything. Quick video with a few ideas. That's it. That's all it is. That's all your clients are gonna see. It's just a quick video. They know okay, he's probably gonna try to sell something. You already told them Sam or you say your business. It's good to say your business name. And this is a real person. They said sure. They're interested with the exclamation mark. That takes time. I don't add those. I don't even add full stops. But they added that. You know. That's good. That just shows this person is actually interested. Keep that in mind, yo. Keep that in mind. That quick video is your next step to trust. Once you send a video showing your face, there's SMS. Like people scam SMS all the times. Like that's why the barrier entry is actually pretty low for SMS. You don't really need that much, especially if you're not in the US or Canada. I know for that you need A2P verification, but outside of that, you don't really need anything. Just use a house address and your Instagram name or something like that, and you'll be fine. Honestly, the barrier entry is low. There's so many scammers on SMS, but I'm telling you, the return on investment is so high. It's so high because people are not doing it the right way. If you do it like this, copy and paste this as JavaScript right now, and just change it to have your business's information. I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a positive response. I'm telling you, right? I made a quick video to break it down. This video is just a Loom video. Really, it's just a Loom video, and this is so great. This is why I call it leveraging, because you're just leveraging you're not even leveraging the results you've had before. You're just leveraging the knowledge that you have. So if you've never had any client at all, this is so good for you because you don't have to show people like, oh yeah, I've worked with this agency, this is that. Just show if you've had a minute ad before, just show like you've done this type of ads before. If you never, just show like what the type of plan you have for this specific thing. If you've never had a thing before, I'd say be real personal with the Loom video. If you've never had any clients before, be really personal with the Loom video, because that's really what changes. That's really what differentiates you from the big players. If you say for your specific business, I'll do this because you're located in this area, that changes the whole game, right? This is beyond the scope of this video, that Loom video, but it's good to have that in mind so you can move on from there, right? Now it's short, natural, no links, no signing, easy to reply. You want to have one thing, because you only want two answers. You want a yes or no, no maybes. Can I send over the video? Maybe. No one is going to respond to that. It's yes or no. It's yes or no. If they're asking, where are you from? What's your name? This, that. Literally give them a call if you feel like they're not being too handled. If they are, just like leave it at that point. Because this is a simple question. Can I send it over here? Do you want this video? Question mark. It's a yes or no. That's all you want. You only want a yes or no answer. Because when you start having a yes or no answer, it's easy to automate responses or something like that. You only want yes or no. Because you want to be able to differentiate people who are serious and people who are not serious. People who are interested and people who aren't interested. If you have a big sentence, and then you just imagine you just said, I just saw it on Google Maps, nice reviews, was curious if you ever tried my ads to bring in more jobs before, question mark. Okay. Like they'd be like, yes I have, no I haven't. Then where do you go from there? Then you pitch them and say, okay, can I send over a video? Okay, if you say that afterwards, okay, whatever. But if you literally just go into it and make this one sentence, first of all, it's cheaper because you pay for messages. But either way, it's cheaper, so it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's easy to reply. It's easy to reply. That's the main thing, right? Step 2.5. Reply engine. You're gonna know why I call this 2.5 now. What you do after the reply matters the most, right? No reply. You're not gonna reply. We don't reply over text. If they also if they're interested, you give them a call immediately. Why? Because again, it's building trust. You build your first layer of trust. You build your first layer of trust with it's a cake, y'all. Trust with the first message, right? Uh, one. Oh, hold on. Just gonna erase that. One, right? Your second layer of trust was is going to be from the call, right? The call, which you're going to be they're going to hear your voice. You're a real person. You're not a scammer. You're not a random SMS bot. You're a real person, right? I'm telling you, if I could, I'd FaceTime. if I had the ability to, I'd FaceTime because it makes my job so much easier, right? But obviously, most times you can't, right? That third layer is the Loom video. Why? Because they can see your face. They know your voice. They know your face. By the time they get on the call, they say, "Hey Sam, how are you?" They know your name. They know even if you have a difficult name, Antata Kumbo, like they'll know you. Hey, Antata Kumbo. Even if they can't say your name correctly, they know you. Those are trust you're building. That's the type of trust you're building. It's a birthday cake now. Happy birthday. Should have been a Christmas tree actually, but anyways, it's a birthday cake now, right? So the SMS builds it. First layer of trust because it's so big. The bottom layer is so big because it was mainly built off the fact that you have leads, the lead list, right? The call builds a second layer of trust. The Loom, you know you did it right when they get onto the sales call, and then they know your name. That's how you know they did it right. If they know your name from the sales call, that's how you know you did it right. I'm just saying. That's the first clear sign that okay they're gonna buy from you. Because a name has a lot. The same reason why I would always suggest call once you get that person's name, because obviously from scraping leads you won't be able to get that name, right? When you call them, you're gonna get that name. That's so important. I'm telling you. Even if on the call all you do is get that person's name, they will be like, okay, this person knows my name. This person is a serious, like this person. I know this person. I don't know how I know this person, but I know this person because they know my name. Because most business, the owner's name isn't written there. That's why when you call them, can you speak to the owner? They know immediately that okay, this guy doesn't know anything. I'm sure you've seen this before. The mood shifts when you say, "Can I speak to the owner?" Because you don't know the owner. If you speak to the owner like as if you're his friend, on the other hand, even you do call and a receptionist is speaking. When you call again the next 2 days and it's a receptionist, hey John, how's it going? You already say it's the owner. Immediately they'll think that you know this person already. Even if you're instructed not to give the call. Does that make sense? People love the sound of their own name so much. When you say their name repeatedly, I'm telling you, it's gonna close everything. Right? Now, you're seen as a real person again. It lowers the ghost rate. It lowers the thing of people like seeing and then seeing a message. It lowers the ghost rate. So important. Keep that in mind, right? And the key to a call is to ask questions. Don't go into deep about your service. I would say like sometimes my script will be so long. I'm like this is never gonna work because it's too long. You wanna have it quick. You wanna have it like less than a minute of you explaining what you do. Okay, maybe less than 2 minutes of you explaining what you do, and don't pitch yourself. Meaning, don't give down the price. They ask the price. You're like, it's really, the simple thing is say if they ask the price on that thing, you feel like you don't know what to say. Just say. It really just depends on how many leads you want, or it just depends on your business. It just depends on your budget. That's it. That's such a perfect answer. They're going back and forth. You don't have to ask them. When you go to a doctor, do you ask a doctor how much surgery is gonna be? No, because you don't have to go through all that. Just say simple. It really just depends on your budget. Done. Because you don't want to pitch. Even if you know the price, your price is fixed. You don't want to pitch it. Okay. All right. Where am I now? Shit, I lost my footing. Yeah. Step 3, 2.5. Step 3 now. You see, 3-step process. Really simple. The calling, right? I'm gonna break down the calling for you. Basically, give you down a brief structure on how to set up your thing. You can just put it to ChatGPT. Say, make a cold call thing based off this, right? So this is the conversion multiplier. This is actually what's gonna get you book call. You book meetings on this call. When you're calling them, and I have a video where I do this live. I book meetings on call live for you guys, so you can watch that. I'm gonna leave the description at the end of this video, or I'm gonna leave a link down in the description here, right? This filters out time wasters. It builds trust and it separates you from 99% of agencies. Because agencies, I'm telling you, agencies are not booking appointments like this. Agencies are sending people links and telling them, hey, book an appointment and let me know when you do book. That's what agencies are doing. They're not doing this. They're not doing this, and because they're lazy. Right? But you're not lazy. You're hungry. That's exactly why you're watching this video. Because you're hungry. And if you want to separate yourself from 99% of agencies, you have to do what 99% of agencies are not doing right now. Right? What is it builds trust and separates you from agencies. Right? Why does this matter so? Why does this hold so much weight? Because you're calling someone. You're giving someone the time of day, saying, hey man, I saw you're interested. This is like cold calling. The same reason cold calling works so well. Cold calling does work so well, especially if you're good at sales, because you're giving someone the time of day, they can hear your voice. They know you're not a scammer. You're not asking for money up front. You're just asking for an opportunity to explain what you do and to decide, right? Now, there's so many videos you can watch on like people booking appointments through sales calls, right? There's so many videos you can watch on that, right? Again, my video as well. But the main thing you want to keep in mind is just to build trust. Talk to them like a normal person, like a friend. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're going to be when they become your client, a friend. You know, talk to them like that. Talk to them like if they're already your client. Don't be nervous about it. Don't feel like you have to pitch yourself. Don't feel like you have to prove. Don't be too salesy, you know? It's normal. It's calm. First thing you do, hey, how's it going? I just saw your message. Just saw your message. I'm going to send over the video right now. Can I give you a quick call? Obviously, giving him, hey, how's it going, man? It's Sam. I just saw your message. I'm gonna send it over right now. Just wanna give you a quick call. It's now a good time. You know, they can decide immediately before you even say anything. Just ask them now's a good time. That will decide whether you can rush or not. If it's not a good time, end the call immediately, because you don't want to be rushed through the process of you actually booking the appointment. You want to make sure you ask the right questions. They get as much knowledge as possible about like what you do, and that's it. Don't rush. Don't rush anything, right? So the core framework is like this: questions. Right, you're gonna ask that question. Hey, how's it going? I just saw a video. Do you have time right now? Yeah, of course I do. Right. The question you're gonna ask two qualifying questions. I only keep it at two. Right. I have most of my questions are like this. Right. Do you currently run ads right now? If so, what is your budget right now, or what would your ideal budget be if you don't run ads? Those two questions alone will make you so prepared for your call. That will gauge how much you're actually gonna charge monthly, based like your retainer, if you charge retainer, or how much you're going to charge, or if you're actually going to do a percentage wise, and how much you can increase your percent by. If they don't have a marketing budget, then you know you're trying to work within that budget, right? And with those questions, you're going to clarify that problem, because if they say they've never done marketing before, they only work in referrals. The problem is that they don't have marketing at all. And also, okay, so do you ask this similar question? Okay, so do you actually need clients? Simple as that. If they say no, not really, then okay, well, why are we talking? I sent over the video, but okay, we're done. That's it. If they don't need clients, that's as simple as that, right? Then number 3, explain. You again, sorry. The clarifying problem is for you, so you can clarify their problem. So when you're going behind the scenes, actually doing research on them, you see what to add, what not to add. So it makes it easier for you when you're on the sales call. And you can bring that up, right? Explain. Number 3 is explain. You're gonna explain your process. Hey, I just do this. Our process mainly focuses on getting you more long-term and short-term clients. Does that sound good to you? Yes, no, maybe. That's it. You know, that's going to make it really short and sweet. You see, I did that in like less than 5 seconds. But obviously, you do like a minute and a half. That's it. After that, you're like, okay, cool, man. I'm going to send over the video right now. What we normally do is we get you into, listen to what I'm saying. What we normally do is we get you into a custom road map meeting, right? This is the line I've been using, and it worked wonders. You can use whatever. You can say I don't know, a custom book meeting, whatever. But it's so important. A custom roadmap meeting, just something besides you saying, can we get into a meeting? Can we get into a Google Meet? They're like, meeting? What? Oh man, I don't like meetings. You're working with physical people. They don't really like that shit anyways. A custom roadmap meeting feels like, okay, a custom roadmap, or like a meeting to showcase whatever. Something that doesn't just mean a meeting to them. You don't even have to add the word meeting. What is this for? This is so that they can also, oh, okay, this guy's gonna do something for me besides just trying to take my money. He's gonna, showcase live account. Just break down what's gonna be in the meeting. Oh, I'm gonna show you a Mario board of exactly what we've been doing for other agencies and what we can implement for you. Then you can decide if you feel like it's a good fit. If not, completely fine. Some people hesitate, be like, hey, listen, there's no pressure at all. If you want, you can always cancel. You can always just ghost me after this. The main thing is just get the meeting at that point. You don't really care if they're going to cancel or ghost on you. You can fix that. The main thing is just get the meeting at that point, because it's better to have some people in your calendar. If they cancel, you will always have them in your calendar, because at that point you can always send messages to them until they say, hey man, F you, I don't want this, because they gave you consent just based on they pick up your call, they continue talking to you, they answer your messages. That alone is the consent that you need. Right? I'm gonna try to go a bit faster because the video is almost gonna be like an hour long. Right? I don't want that to go hour long. Right? The text opens the doors. The call moves them through it. Right? So that's so important. The text only opens the door. The call moves them through the whole process. The call literally ignites a spark so they can continue. Right? Now these are the follow-up messages you're gonna use off the call. I'm gonna show you exactly how it's gonna go. I'm gonna show you that, like a workflow. You're gonna put this into your own agency. I'm telling you, I'm giving you guys source here. People pay serious money for this. They get into courses where they literally only get workflows and a bunch of videos. That's it. But I'm giving you these videos for free on YouTube, right? So this is an example for the before you call them, right? Or like before they even answer your message, like, hey man, hey name, let me know about the video. I feel like it will do really great for you. I find this works really well. Sometimes I do share results, but that can come off a bit salesy, but this pretty good, right? Then after they booked, hey name, just confirmed your customer meeting for X day. This is good, so they can have it and they can also put in the calendar as well. We'll start doing market research for your business, right? So good, because it gives. What? Imagine someone says that to you. Hey man, I like, we make sure we got everything when they start doing market research. They're gonna feel bad if they don't come. I remember when one of my other mentors told me this. They're gonna feel so bad if they don't come, because someone took the time out of their day to actually do research for you. People, obviously, some people may not come, but it feels good. Like, okay, this guy actually took time out of their day. They'll try their best to at least come. If something happens, okay, things happen, but that's how it happens. Again, it's so big. Never book calls on messages. Never do that. Don't ever send links. You only book meetings. You only book calls over the phone. That's just how it is. Especially on SMS, only maybe Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. You can do it over the message, just because there's no real good way to like call them. But this always call. That's your first preference, right? Now I want to show you the workflows right now. Now when I'm showing you this is showing that like maturity, this building maturity and consistency within all your clients, right? So this is how the workflow is gonna look. The Loom sequence workflow. So this is the users. We drip test this. We put this in drip mode. So hold on. So it's a batch. So the 2 messages being sent out every single minute. That means like every 30 seconds there's one person being messaged, because you don't want your number to be burnt out. So it looks more human and realistic, right? You can literally do this by yourself. It's gonna cost a pretty penny, but you can do this by yourself as well without any of this. So these are the messages you send, like, hey, whatever. Notice you see that's the exact one that I said we're using. That's what we use, right? And then you're gonna wait. I put weird times, right? I try to get it somewhere. This is 183 minutes. I don't know how many hours that is. That's a couple, maybe 3 hours, right? Just over 3 hours. I put funny time because when someone does open your text and they saw that you messaged them 2 hours later in the exact same time, probably the exact same second as well, they get fishy, because like, okay, now it looks automated, right? So it makes it more human. This is a big tip. Some other guy who does messaging as SMS as well, he showed me this. This is actually cooks, right? Another one. This is exactly the follow-up there. We just help the client. This is one of the examples I said. This is showing results. If you have results, this is good. If you don't have results, don't use this. That's simple as that. I think there's 1 year away without the results. See, like we test this. We test basically everything here, right? Okay, yeah, let me know. I think this will give a ton of value, but I'll put together. Cool, right? Then we wait another 25 hours. Again, these things are funny. 24 hours is cool, but 25 hours is even better because it makes you look more real, right? You're at 25 hours, then, hey mate, last message, let me know about that quick video. After this, I give it away. I give it 3 days. If they don't answer after those 3 days, because sometimes people do answer after that. Sometimes they're just busy or they just didn't see it. You know, after those 3 days, I delete the content completely. I don't keep any people who are not interested at all because it really messes up the matrix. And yeah, it just makes it so much easier when you are cleaning because keeping like almost 10,000 contacts in your account throughout the whole year, it messes it up a lot, right? So just delete it immediately, right? So why? You might be thinking, okay, we have all of this, but why does this work? Like, why? Cash went over all of this because this is it. We went over everything, yeah. Went over how exactly how you're gonna clean your list, how what you need to clean your list. Literally going on Google and searching those things up, but that's just mainly good for the call. Initial messages, how you're gonna set it up, the exact copy you're gonna use. I showed you guys live examples of how you're gonna use it, the time frame you're gonna use, the follow ups, replying. I showed you guys exact follow ups you're gonna use, how you're gonna reply, right? And you can automate this. After you put all of this into your agency, you only work an hour a day, guys. Everything is given to you. Yeah, literally just copy and paste, right? Call. I showed you guys exactly how you are going to call them and why this separates you from so many agencies because you're showing that you're ripping, you're taking time out of your day to contact someone that you're going to get money from, right? Follow up SMSs, I showed you guys the exact live, the follow ups, the amount of time you're going to take to wait for those follow ups, wait for those messages, and book meetings. That's how you're going to book it. Yeah, with book meetings, literally so easy, guys. Just pull out your Calendly and book it on your Calendly. If you have Galib, you don't have Calendly, and you've never used it before, well, use Calendly. It's good. But literally just book it on the Galib booking appointments thing. It's so easy because when you have your notification there, you can easily make a work for that book appointments. I have it. You know, that's beyond the scope of this video, but it's good. It's really good. And you can book appointments and also double down, get double confirmation. Hey, is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to come to the meeting tomorrow? You know, but get that double confirmation. Like, no, not at all. Okay, cool. That was just putting in mind, okay, they actually made a commitment to this. It's good. It's good, right? So why this actually books 5 to 10 meetings daily, right? It's because SMS equals volume. You're getting a large amount of volume from these messages being sent because you can send 100 to 300 messages every single day at least. We put a minimum of 300 messages sent every single day, and that's not a joke. That's like a real thing because the more volume that you do put, the more replies you're gonna get. You double down on whatever you think is working, right? That's just simple facts, right? And you're starting to ask questions. Questions equal engagement. If you're asking questions to people, you're getting answers from them. You can easily change your system from there. You know what's working and you change it, right? Then what does that do? That gets you calls, right? And calls equals qualification. When you get on calls with people, you start to qualify them. That's what qualifying is. Before, instead of you having to go on Facebook and you have so many questions that people have to fill out on the Calendly, and people are lying either way. They'll tell you, oh yeah, I have 100 of these, and you don't even check. You're just excited to get a bunch of meetings booked on your Calendly. That's how it is, right? And then follow up equals consistency. That means you get a consistent amount of people actually showing up. This increases your show up rate, right? And this isn't magic. This is simple math. Simple math plus discipline. Not even discipline from you. Discipline from the thing. I wouldn't say the automations. That's discipline being had. That's exactly why it works. It's not magic. It want guess working. It's simple. It's really simple. It's really simple, right? And I'm going to tell you, even after I gave all of this out, even after all of this was explained, there's still going to be people who won't do this. I'm going to tell you why. The type of people who won't do this, you're watching this, I'm going to tell you why. Because it's repetitive. You're doing the same thing over and over. Of course, now it sounds cool. It's repetitive. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You're no longer scrolling through Instagram looking for fancy new things. It's going to feel the same. Sometimes you're going to have so many bookings that you won't even know the person's name, until you actually get into the meeting. It's going to, all you're going to be doing is talking to your prospects, and you can literally just get other people to do it for you. You can pay them pennies because everything is already done for them, right? It's predictable. You get probably the same amount of people every single day working with you every single day until you obviously increase your number of messages, right? And it's not sexy. It's not it's not entertaining. You're not running ads. You're not making cool edits. Your face is all over TikTok. You're not reposting it. People don't even know your name. You can literally have this. You don't. These are the agencies where you don't even know who they are, but they're making 30K a month. And you're like, oh well, how is that possible? People don't even know who you are. You don't post on Instagram. You don't even have an Instagram account. People know who you are. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Because predictable beats exciting every single time. Every single time, especially if you don't have the money or you're just starting out, predictable beats exciting every single time, right? And yes, I have something to tell you. Obviously, if you already have the capabilities of doing this, I'd say go ahead and do it for yourself. Why would you pay someone to do it for you? You can do it for yourself. But for those of you who are like, okay, this sounds cool, I feel like I can work for my agency, but you don't want to take the time to scrape leads, message people, call people, do this all by yourself. I mean, well, I'm your guy, right? You can book a call down below, and what is going to happen in that call, and what we actually do provide, me and my team, right, is 10,000 plus leads based off your ideal client profile that we get for you within a couple of weeks, right? And we put that into your system for you to have. That's like your leads. You can contact them by yourself if you want, but we're gonna do everything for you, right? And the setup is done for you. The automations are done for you. We implement the same automation that are working right now that I just showed you. We implement all of those things for you, and we call people for you. We measure them for you. We confirm appointments for you. We do everything for you. The only thing you have to do is get on call. You just sit there and practice your sales skills. That's about it. And just collect money. If you've done this before already and you're confident in your sales abilities, you're just collecting money on call every single day. Every single day. Right? Scripts are included. So if you're not really confident about your sales abilities, we give you scripts, working scripts. We give you examples. If you're not confident about the Loom videos, we give you past clients who've done this, who will make 30, 40K a month. We connect you with them, their strategies, their media buys. We connect you with everything. We're building an ecosystem here, right? And follow-ups are installed. Everything is done. This comes pre-built for your agency specifically for you. Obviously, just depending on your region, but it doesn't take that long to change. Qualified booked meetings every single day without fail. Every single day, they're going to be qualified booked meetings within your agency. So if that sounds like something you're more interested in, even if you're only interested in getting scripts, follow the link down below, book a meeting. My guys will talk to your guys, all those fancy good stuff. But if you feel like you're not willing to pay and you just want to quick advice and you just need some help here and there, mention my Instagram. More than happy to give you guys SOPs. They have the visitors that I use for my employees to help to make it easier to actually just follow through on doing this. If you need some help to write some copy, I can give you the exact scripts that we tell AI. Just give all of that for free, of course. It doesn't cost anything. Comment down below in this video if you feel like this actually gave you value, something that you feel like a BS at all. And yeah, make sure to keep pumping out videos like this, and I'll do more deep dives like this if you guys are into it.